first. Again goes Piper.
And you're not thinking about it, but just run.
Naomi and Bianca Belair winning WWE tag titles creates interesting story. Naomi and Belair winning the championship on SmackDown creates opening for a major story when Jade Cargill returns. On the December 20th edition of WWE SmackDown, Bianca Belair and Naomi defeated Nia Jax and Candice LeRae in the main event. With this win, Naomi officially became one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions with Belair. While this move replaces the injured Jade Cargill, it sets up an interesting opportunity for storyline development in the future between the three women. During the match, Corey Graves talked about Cargill's injuries, which are attributed to her being attacked backstage. He mentioned that an investigation is ongoing, as the mystery of who did it is still wide open. It would be easy to pit this on one of the heels in the SmackDown women's division, but what if the storyline takes a different direction? Picture a situation in which Naomi is the one who attacked Cargill, opening the door for her to step in and take her spot alongside Belair. With Jade out, it is an easy prediction to guess that Belair would select Naomi to take her place in order to keep the titles. Naomi, Belair, and Cargill are called the Big Three of WWE for a reason. Naomi has been without a championship since returning to the company, and the story could play off that, painting her as a jealous friend who wanted her own opportunity with gold. Things could get even more tenuous for Cargill as the story progressed. Once it becomes clear that Naomi is the attacker, the door is open to turn Belair against her as well. The WWE main roster must do a better job building more women's angles outside of the title pictures, and pitting Belair and Naomi against Cargill would fit that requirement perfectly. These are three women who are beloved by the wrestling community and have massive fan bases. They draw attention with or without titles. Plus, once the angle runs its course, there's an opening to move them into separate championship arcs, just to play off the angle again in the future. There's a lot of long-term viability in the idea. Fans want to see WWE do something different with its women's division. Creating an angle that pits Jade Cargill against Bianca Belair and Naomi would be a great way to get three of its biggest names in a high-profile feud. The title win on SmackDown creates the perfect entry point for that story. Naomi scores pin to retain WWE Women's Tag titles alongside Bianca Belair on SmackDown. Naomi is seemingly an official Women's Tag Team Champion, while Jade Cargill is on the shelf, after helping Bianca Belair defend the belts against WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax and Candice LeRae in the main event of WWE SmackDown. In a backstage segment in Gorilla, Belair went to hand one of the titles to Naomi, who said she wouldn't take it until she had earned it. Miss Money in the Bank Tiffany Stratton was also told to watch the match from the back by LeRae and Jax, but did make an appearance at the end of the bout. Belair and Naomi dominated the first portion of the match, but the challengers turned the tide around when Jax tagged in, without Belair initially seeing. Jax sent Belair's shoulder first into the ring post and used her braid, tugging it around the ring ropes. Jax distracted the referee, so LeRae could get some cheap shots in on Belair. Jax held Belair up, and LeRae hit her with a missile dropkick, but Belair kicked out. Naomi was able to tag in and countered the annihilator, since sent Jax into the ring post face first, busting her open. Naomi took her out, then moved Jax over to Belair, who hit a 450 splash. LeRae pulled her partner out of the pin. However, Stratton came down the ramp with the briefcase, and Jax wanted her to give up the case, but the referee challenged Jax when Stratton handed it over. She was knocked off the apron by Belair, who took her out on the outside. Naomi hit the split-legged moonsault on LeRae for the victory. WWE SmackDown results and highlights. December 20th, Bianca Belair and Naomi win Women's Tag Team Championship. Despite not having two top draws in Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns physically present, Friday's pre-taped episode of WWE SmackDown advanced several key storylines as the WWE calendar pushes toward perhaps the most significant episode of television programming in the company's history. A particular note, Solo Sikoa opened the show by accepting Reigns' challenge for Tribal Combat on the January 6th debut of Raw on Netflix. In addition, Kevin Owens cut a promo and is still in possession of the Winged Eagle WWE Championship belt after his match and vicious attack on Rhodes at Saturday night's main event. The main event of the night was set to be the first women's tag team championship defense for the newly formed team of Bianca Belair and Naomi. No, we're not talking about claymores when it comes to Drew McIntyre this week. McIntyre is rapidly rising up my own personal power rankings, and his fit on Friday night only adds to the hype, pun intended. McIntyre looked like the Scottish badass he is when he interrupted Sikoa's slightly too long promo to kick off SmackDown. More on this in just a second. I'm not sure he'll change his in-ring gear fully, but the black and blue vest, jeans, and royal toe Jordan 1s were pure heat and should be the norm for him moving forward. While we're here, I'm going to air, no more Scottish puns, I swear, my grievances about McIntyre's presentation, fashion aside. I don't love his loose alliance with Sikoa. This feels like a moment for McIntyre as he's pretty over with fans and is just destroying everything in his path. It's time to strike while the iron is hot. McIntyre should have called his shot in his promo and said to Solo, "You take out Roman Reigns and I'll go for Cody. But make no mistake, I am coming for you." Granted, he did kind of hint at that, but let's just lock it in because no disrespect to Big Jim USO, I think this is still a thing. McIntyre is bigger than that feud right now. Naomi sends a message to Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill after a successful title defense on WWE SmackDown. Naomi has taken to social media to send a special message to Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. She and the EST of WWE successfully defended the Women's Tag Team Championship on the latest episode of SmackDown. The Storm has been out of action for several weeks now. She was assaulted backstage on the Blue brand before Survivor Series and was replaced by Bayley in the War Games match. It is currently unknown who attacked her. She was hospitalized after crashing into a car. Nick Aldis was about to strip Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill of the women's tag titles, but Naomi stepped in. On this week's SmackDown, she and Belair put the gold on the line in the main event against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Naomi pinned the Poison Pixie to win the match. After the show, the 37-year-old WWE star took to X and thanked Bianca Belair and told Jade Cargill that she'll hold it down for her. Even though Naomi and Bianca defended the titles on SmackDown, Jade Cargill and the EST are still recognized as the Women's Tag Team Champions on WWE's official website. Bianca Belair is currently one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champion on Friday Night SmackDown. This week on the Blue brand, Belair successfully defended her tag team titles by defeating Nia Jax and Candice LeRae alongside her new partner Naomi, who is the replacement for her injured partner Jade Cargill. The EST of WWE has been one of the top performers in the women's division for a while now. Her spectac,